While traditional classrooms for decades have played a major role in teaching and learning at academic institutions, today, as internet usage becomes more popular, demand on e-learning system is also increasing. E-learning system can make learner study at any time and any location conveniently. However, study shows that an effective e-learning implementation should have a respective institutional e-learning policy. It is on this ground the University of Dar es Salaam Computing Center is developing its own e-learning policy. Kindly join me as I share with you progress made so far on my change project. As a facilitator to this change project, which is about the development of UCC e-learning policy, so far I have reviewed a number of literatures and conducted several interviews with a number of key stakeholders. In one of the interviews conducted, UCC Cisco Academy instructors had the following points to note. Mr. Gumbo, yes. How do you integrate these online courses? I understand these Cisco programs yes. are offered online, yes. But also they need quite a lot of practical. Yes. I can see you have a number of switches here and routers. How yes. do you integrate the two, the online teaching and the practical?
Yeah, basically, just like Ms. Anchimbi have said earlier, that this is online course, but it's as well as skill. It builds on the skills for later people to become administrators and so forth. So online you can gain all the information you need, the theory part that you really need, and you can get all the material, the very good materials. But eventually, in order for you to build the skills, you need to integrate the theory you have and the skills. Now to build the skills, you need to have hardware, things like this. You need to have a lecture. And you also need to have instructors that are dedicated, that are available when the students are supposed to have them to integrate the knowledge, the theory that they have into the skills that they are supposed to be obtained. So we are here to give them the lectures as well as to provide them the skills they need through the labs that they are supposed to see physically, touch, configure, get problems, and ask for help from us. So that's what we are actually doing.
Okay. From your experience, yes. Mr. Ruma,
yes.
How best should UCC handle the issue of transforming these local courses to be offered online?
Online courses can be either 100% online or it can be a mixed format or mixed environment as what the Cisco Networking Academy is doing. I believe what the Cisco Networking Academy is doing is the best approach, that you have materials online, and by materials being online, it means all students who are taking that course are accessing the same materials. So you have unified materials, the same materials everybody is getting. And by having materials online, it's also easier to update those materials. Means administrators or the subject matter experts can only go and edit the materials there, and all students are reading the new version of the materials. You don't have to start printing books again. But also, among the cornerstones of online courses is the control, the management part. In the Cisco Networking Academy, the online platform allows for instructors to take control of their classes. You enroll students to your classes. You enroll them, actually you add them to the academy, you enroll them in classes, and later you can activate exams for them, you can deactivate exams for them. If you find a student cheating, for example, the new version of the online platform allows you, even though the student got 100, you can put a 0 there and add a comment that this student was found cheating, and therefore they have, actually I gave him a 0. He will have to retake the exam. Yes?
Well, online courses are challenging, but UCC is stable. We do have, because just like Mr. Nchimbi said, we are supposed to, if we need to implement this, it should be on the phased approach. Meaning, do we have hardware that will support this thing? Number one. So I do believe UCC is having enough hardware that can support online courses. That's number one, which is a good thing. Number two is that do we have people that can manage material that are supposed to be given to the students? Can they be prepared? The online materials, yes, I do believe we are capable of doing that as well. Do we have the people to monitor the access? Because when you have online courses, you need to monitor the students. Are they doing their tests? Are they logging? Are they doing it on time? Is it manageable? So we do have all these people. We have Mr. Nchimbi here for 10 years. He's been working on these things. So obviously, I know if we need to implement this, we just need to be very serious on it. And yes, it's possible we can do that.
Inputs collected from key stakeholders and the literature review in general has provided 4 major areas which e-learning policy should cover. These areas are ICT infrastructure, materials development and delivery, professional development and support, and finally, quality assurance, monitoring and evaluation. Responding to the question about relevance of using e-learning system for UCC education program, invited guests to the first interview had the following opinion.
The e-learning policy in place in terms of adoption of e-learning. Mr. Mose.
Our UCC after 2 years to come, we very much make sure that almost all the courses should be accessible online. Because now we have the fiber almost all over the country, so we have to utilize the resources which are available to make sure that everyone can enjoy the technology which is currently in place. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Rumi?
What I see, you can see e-learning is naturally growing market with differentiation learning. I think with the use of e-learning, we can find ourselves going beyond the borders. We can even go internationally, providing our services.
Thank you. Mr. Kalwa?
Yeah, thank you. What I have to say in this matter is training institution has a role of preparing people to be competitive in this digital world. The world is becoming digital. Your ability to learn, your ability to access material in the electronic world becomes very important part of career competence. So if UCC will be able to develop our ICT policy, or our e-learning policy, then we will be able to enforce implementation of it. Then we are going to be a large player in preparing professionals who are able to compete in this digital world in a way of being able to look for material, look for knowledge in the global world, in the digital world.
Thank you so much.
It is my belief that a successful completion of my Change project will be a supporting hand on efforts done so far to implement e-learning program at UCC. Thank you for your company.